The Israel-Palestine conflict is one of the most complex and enduring conflicts in the world. It is a conflict over land, resources, history, and identity. Both sides, Israelis and Palestinians, have deep-rooted claims to the same land. This shared claim lies at the heart of the conflict. The conflict has its roots in the early 20th century under Ottoman rule. Jewish people, seeking refuge from persecution in Europe, began migrating to the area aiming to establish a Jewish homeland. This movement, known as Zionism, gained momentum after the Holocaust. However, the land was already inhabited by a large Palestinian Arab population with their own deep-rooted history. The arrival of Jewish immigrants led to tensions over land and resources, escalating into violence and displacement. In 1948, Israel declared independence, marking a turning point in the conflict. This event, celebrated by Israelis as liberation, is known by Palestinians as the Nakba, meaning catastrophe. It resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their homes. Understanding the historical context and the perspectives of both sides is crucial to comprehending the complexities of this conflict. Following Israel's declaration of independence in 1948, a war erupted, drawing in neighboring Arab states. This war resulted in Israel gaining more territory than initially allocated under the United Nations partition plan, displacing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians. The Six-Day War in 1967 marked another turning point, with Israel capturing the West Bank, East Jerusalem, the Gaza Strip, and the Golan Heights. This victory led to the beginning of Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories. Israeli settlements began to emerge in the West Bank, complicating the conflict further. The Oslo Accords in the 1990s aimed to bring an end to the conflict through a two-state solution, but failed to address key issues. The collapse of the peace process and the outbreak of the Second Intifada in 2000 led to further disillusionment and violence. The situation remains tense, with both sides feeling a sense of injustice and loss. For Palestinians, the story of the conflict is one of displacement, dispossession, and a struggle for self-determination. Their narrative is deeply rooted in the experience of the Nakba, the mass displacement of Palestinians during the 1948 war. Palestinians view the occupation as a system of control that restricts their movement, limits their economic opportunities, and denies them basic human rights. Checkpoints, permit regimes, and the expansion of Israeli settlements are seen as tools of oppression. Despite the challenges, Palestinians continue to resist the occupation through various means, including non-violent resistance. They engage in protests, boycotts, and international legal challenges to raise awareness and pressure Israel to end the occupation. The recent 15-month war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza has brought unimaginable suffering to the Palestinian population. The Gaza Strip, already grappling with a dire humanitarian crisis, has been plunged deeper into despair. Over 46,700 Palestinians, including an estimated 18,000 children, have lost their lives. Hospitals, schools, and vital infrastructure lie in ruins, decimated by relentless airstrikes. The healthcare system is overwhelmed with casualties, many suffering from life-altering injuries. The blockade on Gaza has severely restricted the flow of essential goods, exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. The United Nations has warned of a looming famine, with millions facing acute food insecurity. Rebuilding Gaza and healing the wounds of war will require a massive international effort. The recent ceasefire agreement, while fragile, offers a glimmer of hope for a more peaceful future. It represents a chance for both sides to step back from the brink and engage in meaningful dialogue. The international community has a crucial role in supporting the ceasefire and addressing the dire humanitarian needs in Gaza. Achieving lasting peace requires addressing the root causes of the conflict, including the occupation, settlements, blockade, and refugee plight. A two-state solution with an independent Palestinian state alongside Israel remains the most viable path to peace. The path to peace will be long and arduous, but amidst the rubble and despair there is always hope. The human spirit's resilience and the international community's commitment to peace can pave the way for a brighter future for both Israelis and Palestinians.